if I start here and networking basics. Basics. Let me check here some people who want to log on. Mhm. So networking basics. So if I ask you a question, what is network or networking? What are you going to tell us? You go for a job interview, you tell them you studied Cisco. We're going to ask you what is networking. So the definition of definition insert now insert. So can okay, what is definition of networking? Of network. So this chapter is quite long. That's why we do only one chapter this week. So I'll try to make it very simple for you. So in networking, we have interconnection of assets, communication between these assets. Example, road network or computer network, It's what we find in companies, telephone network, road network, human network, and even your body, your own body is a network. Why your own body is a network? Your own body is a network because it's an interconnection of your legs, your tummy, your head, your hands. You see, they're all linked. So interconnection, or we can say linked. We are all linked together. So your own body, you have different parts. Your leg, your tummy, everything is one body, and we communicate. Your eyes allow you to work to see what you need to see. Your arms can collect. They help each other. They communicate. Same thing for telephone networks and computer networks. So interconnection of assets, and we have communication between these assets. So this is a simple definition of networking. So now we have interconnection and we have assets and we have communication. So we see we have three words. Yeah, so we have these three words. And everything we're going to do will be based on these three words. You see. Now, so for example, I'm going to, so for those who register for CCNA class, I think you're ready. We're going to use two ways of doing the practicals, because you need a case study. You need to create something, create a network, make it work, troubleshoot it. Because in companies, it's all about these things. So when it comes to networking, to CCNA, we train you to become network engineer, IT technician, network administrator, and all this. For the practicals, we'll do virtually, and physical. Physical labs, I'll bring some equipment at Scalabrini. And anything we did virtually, we're going to do with the physical labs also. So what is virtual lab? Virtual lab will use something called packet tracer, Cisco packet tracer. It's a simulator. It means it's a tool to play around, like as if we're in a real company. So assets, so you can have a laptop here, a PC, a server, even a printer. What is that thing here? Is this thing recording? Let me see. Yeah. A printer. What is a printer here? TV. Okay. You can even have a printer. So this asset or this element or equipment, these are some equipment. So this equipment, we call them end user equipment, because the users will touch them. If you go in a company, you'll see laptops, PCs, printers. You see, we call them end user devices. Now, when we reach end user devices, we have what we call intermediary devices. It means all this equipment, if you go in a company, all the PCs, laptops, printers, they are all connected in the background with a network cable. So what we do is what's introduction to network. It's preparing you for the real IT or for the CCNA. So that black guy, it's a network cable. For those who never saw a network cable, I'll bring it on Monday. Network cable. Yeah, a network cable is something like, so it's a cord, something like that. Yeah, so one end will go to your PC, to the network interface card of your PC, and the other end will go to your switch or your router. So yeah, so this end, you take it, one end is here, and the other end you plug to your switch. So this is an example of network cable, and I'm going to show you a Cisco switch. We have many companies building switches. So this is an example of a switch. So each port, we take one cable, one end here. So one goes to the PC, the network interface card of the PC, and the other one goes to one of these ports on the switch. So if you have a switch like that, each port represents a PC, because you're going to connect this port to a PC. You see, it means this switch can connect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 plus 12 plus 3 plus 48 PCs. So all this equipment will study properly at the CCNA level. For now, it's to give you an idea, to preparing you, that's all. So this is an example of a switch. So a switch is used to connect all your PCs in one place. A switch. Now, this switch also, because everyone needs to go to the internet. To go to the internet, we need a device called a router. You can go to Cisco router. Anything, you can Google, you can go to YouTube to get more info, image. So we have different type of routers. Yeah, this is a router, for example, here. So at the back, we said the back can power on and off, the power cable stuff. And this port, you can see that here we don't have mini port, but for the switch, we have mini port. Why we have mini port for the switch? Because the switch, we're going to connect a lot of PCs to the switch. But the router, it's only few switches. So I have my switch here. I connect my switch to my router. That's why the router doesn't have a lot of port. The router have few ports because we just connect to a switch. Now, from here, you can go to the internet. So all these I will teach you step by step at the CCNA level. For now, it's just to give you an idea for you to understand. You can also add some labels, internet, router, switch. Yep. Laptop, 2, server, PC 1, laptop 1. So it's very, 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 very interesting because this is what we do in companies. So we can see that. Let's go back to our definition of networking. Interconnection. It means we are all connected with cables, different, and we have different type of cables. You cannot just grab any cable to connect to anything. No. So we'll teach you step by step all of this. Interconnection, we are all linked. Of assets, what assets? Asset. We have PCs, laptops, switches, routers, or component or element, and they communicate between themselves. You see, PC laptop 1 can go to the internet, you see, or laptop 1 can communicate with laptop 2, and they can talk to each other, like cell phones. So here is an example of computer network, a basic one. So if you go in a company, you see only PCs, laptops, people will just come, they sit, they start working. But in the background, it's our job. It's what we have to do. Make sure everything is well connected via cables. They're all well connected to the switch. You cannot go to internet without a router. A router is a device that will allow you to go to the internet. Why? Because it's like all these guys, they are students, first year student, and they need to register. They don't know where to go. This guy, laptop 1, will say, okay, me, I want to study IT. The router has a list called a routing table that will teach you a routing table or a list. Okay, you want to study IT, go to block 1. This guy wants to say, okay, me, I want to study finance. So the router will check on his list. It's finance, they are in block 4. Okay, use that way. So the router will show you where to go. Use that way, that building. Use that way. That's why I say route. You're going to show you the routes, where to go. So if you want to go to the internet, you check where you want to go according to your IP address and you send your request to the correct destination. This is basically so definition of networking, interconnection of assets. It means we are all connected together or linked together, and we communicate. So now, when you say assets, so now you know about assets. Assets. Oh, what's that? So I can say one definition of networking. I'm going to come here. You say two, or a paste, two, asset. So for asset, what type of asset we can get? This. So for asset, we can get. Why is too big like that? You can get what? PCs, PCs, laptops, printers. So all these guys, we call them what? End user devices. It means these are the equipment the employees, the workers can touch, can use, end user devices. After that, we have routers, switches. These guys, we call them intermediary devices. Then we have the cabling, the cables. And we have different type of cables, depending on what you want to connect. Different types of cables. Let me check if I can find my other. If I come here, PC, CCNA, Cisco, CCNA1. Where did I put it? Summary. Okay, so this one is, I'm going to show something for CCNA. You see, so we have end devices, desktop, iPhones, laptops. We have intermediary devices, wireless routers, switches, and the network media or the cables. So network media, we can get wireless media, LAN media, or the cable. I did show you these ones. We call it network cable or Ethernet cable. And we have the one wireless area network media. Okay, this one for CC. And this is an example of a small network. And no, it's not this one. A switch, what is a switch? So at the CCNA level, we'll teach you step by step how to use a switch. Because in a company, they will pay you to configure to make it work. It's like you just bought your new cell phone and you need to configure to set up, change the color, the names, and whatnot. how to do that. So these are the kind of people, companies we need. We need these technicians, these engineers, because without us, no one can work in the company. No one can go to internet. So we teach you how to use all of these. Okay, anyway, this one for CCNA. Let's come back to our, so we have the assets, communication, interconnection. Okay, it's fine. So quickly, chapter 5, I'll show you what is the most important. If you have questions, as you know, unmute yourself, greet everyone, tell us your name and your question. So are you still there? Any questions so far? All good, huh? No problem. Okay. We continue. Gautier Kibusu. Yeah, question. Sorry, I'm not Congolese. I'm not. So sorry if I mislead you. Question.
Where are you from?
No, if you pass your exam, then I'll tell you.
All my exam, I pass it. Okay, it's fine. My name is Gautier. I want to ask question about I think the switch, about the switch. You said that switch you give us as example. So it's got 48 places for
So this
computers
is,
and
so,
laptops, right?
yeah.
So my question is, what if you are in the department, there are many computers? So is it possible also to use many switches?
Yes. For example, if you have a building, if you have a building, you can get a switch per building. So let's say, for example, insert. Oh, no. I come here, table. Yeah, so let's say you have all this building. So floor 1, you can get a switch. Floor
Mm.
2, you can get also a switch. You see, you can get many switches, and all these switches will get linked to a router. How do you insert this? Insert. No. Insert. Hold on. Oh, okay, copy PV. Yeah. And all these guys will get connected to what? To a router. So per floor, on floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and all these switches will get connected to the router. So on floor 1, all the PCs, all the PCs, all the PCs will get connected to switch 1. Floor 2, all the PCs will get connected to switch 2, and so forth. And the router will allow you to go to the internet.
So the router must be only one.
Sorry, router.
Hello, sir. Excuse me.
The router.
Yeah, normally the router is 1. Yeah, so only one router can go to the internet. Yeah. Yes, question, another question. Question. Oh, yes, another question. Yes. Salama, question.
Yes. Sir, unfortunately, I can hear you. I don't know whether it's your volume that is turned down. I don't know
Sorry,
if
you
it's
said?
just me or the rest of the people also.
No, I think it's only you. Because everyone can see me properly, can hear me. Okay, we continue, guys. If no other questions, we continue. So please mute yourself if you're not talking, you're not asking any questions. So if you go to NetAcad, and you get a very nice course there, NetAcad. I go to IT Essentials for you guys. Then I go to chapter 5. To chapter 1 we did, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. So the exam called checkpoint exam, you can skip it. If you want to do it, it's fine, but it's not compulsory. You can skip it. You do the normal module exams. But if you think that you want to do it, it's fine also. Network concept. So here we'll teach you about the introduction, why you should take this course, network component and type, networking protocol, standard and services, network devices, network cables, and a summary. So if I go to network devices, we have a video explaining the router and the switches, you see. Network interface card, you see. These guys, this cable, you need to plug them in a specific way. And that way is called a network interface card. So you see, so this device is in a PC and a laptop also. So for us, we only see that end here, and you plug the network inside. Without this network interface card, you cannot communicate. It's like you have a cell phone and you don't have a SIM card. You cannot call anyone. The same thing, you need a network interface card in your laptop. So nowadays, all laptops, all PCs, they are already built in. If I say laptop, network port, for example. So you see, if you buy a laptop, you will see that that port here. It's where you take this cable, your network cable. One side, we call it RG45. So if you go for interview, they can ask you, what is the difference between RG45 and RG11? RG45 is for PCs, RG, so in French, G is J, G is J, and J is G. So G, so RG45. So you can Google it, difference between RJ45 and RJ11. So RJ11 is for the telephone. You see, it's very small. It's for telephone. Yeah. So you see, the RJ45 it's bigger. And if you have a telephone line, the old telephone, you plug it at the back of the telephone. Old telephone. Yeah, these guys, okay, not very old. Let's say telephone port. Telephone port. Yeah, you see. What is it? Let me go to image. So for the telephone port, you plug one small on the wall from Telcom, and the other side will go to your, you see, one goes to the wall and one goes to your phone. You see. So if you're using a telephone, this old one, we call it RJ11. RJ11. We are smaller than the other one. You see. So if you do networking, if you go for a job interview, you must know the difference between RJ45, RJ11. So a network, if you don't have a network interface card, you cannot get connected to the network. You see? You can also have, if you want to use a wireless, so Ethernet, it means the cables. This cable is called Ethernet cable. You can touch it. You have many things inside. We studied that at the CCNA level. So Ethernet for network cable, you can also get a wireless interface card. But nowadays, everything is ready in your laptop. Everything's ready in your PC. For PCs, you need to buy if you want to have Wi-Fi. So in the old days, ourselves, you need to buy one by one, and you build your own house. You build your own PCs. You buy your motherboard, you plug it where you need to plug in. This one we know now. In the old days, the MTN, Danga, or Vodacom to get internet. So in the old days, before the switch, it started with a device called a hub. So this chapter, you don't need to memorize. Just try to understand what I'm explaining to you, the basics. So before we switch, we used a hub to interconnect things. Let's say it's iPhone 1. Then we went to iPhone 2, iPhone 3. Now we have iPhone what? That is we switch the latest version to interconnect people. See, so after that we got a bridge, and now we have a switch. So they ask you job interview, we use a switch for what? We use a switch to interconnect a lot of end devices like PCs, printers, laptops in one place. The router does what? The router knows some routes, some networks, so that when the router when this laptop will send the request, when you dial your number 0846236505, the router will say, this number belongs to, let's say, Durbanville. So use that way to go to Durbanville. So the router is a device that knows the routes to show you where to go to the internet. So we teach you, we'll give you a lot of info about the switch. Okay, Wi-Fi, it's almost the same thing. You need a device called an access point. An access point. And all your devices, all your laptops will get connected to the access point. The access point will get connected to the switch, and the switch will get connected to the router, and the router will go to the internet. Okay. So when it comes to Wi-Fi, we need another device called access point. We know what a router is. We use it to go to internet. Without router, no internet. So it's not good to connect devices to a router. You connect to a switch first, because this one is a Wi-Fi. You can do so. But normally we connect everything to a switch to a router. Unless we have a Wi-Fi router, like what we have at home, then it's fine. You see, there's this sign, it means Wi-Fi, wireless. And you can test your knowledge. What is a router? You choose the good answer. What is a switch? You see. What is the access point? NIC stands for network interface card. And so this quiz is to test your knowledge. Everything you read on top here, they just want to check if you can do it many times. It's not for your grade. Security devices, also, if you have a network, we need to secure our devices. We have a nice video. So in a company also, we have some devices for security. We have what we call a firewall, access control list, IDS, IPS. All these are for CCNA. So for now, we are preparing you, like you're in grade 1, we prepare, or let's say we have a crash, we prepare you for primary school, or we are in grade 12, we are preparing you for university. So this video is nice. Some security devices, firewall, access, IDS. It's a device you put in your network to control, like policemen or traffic guys. They hide on the highway and to check who's speeding or not. So we try to explain a bit for you there. So a firewall is a device like the police guy or the security guy. You're going to check if you have access, if you're allowed to come in the building or not. So a firewall will be a device to allow traffic or to deny traffic inside my network or outside my network. It's a security guy, or let's say a policeman. So we need to filter traffic. If you don't want people to watch porns on your tree, you do the settings. You don't want people to watch YouTube during office hours, you do the settings to block them. So it's a device that will allow or deny traffic in or out your network. Very important. This video, please, very important. IDS, IPS, they listen to the traffic. If something is suspicious, we notify the IT engineer or we block it, we stop it directly. As I say, nothing to memorize, just to have to get the big picture. That's all. We study always at the CCNA level, step by step. That's why I'm saying what companies we need these guys because we know a lot. Here we are preparing you for. So for now is to. So we'll do all the configs and all this stuff. Okay, this one you don't need. This is a device for a firewall that you plug in your network. For example, this is our packet tracer here. We can come, what is oh, it's small. You cannot see properly. Oh, done. Okay, yeah, it's here, this one. Security devices. So it's something like that. You see, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. So this is a security device. You see, so at the CCNA level, we're going to configure how to configure it to secure the network. You see, adaptive security appliance, ASA. So you take it, and you do your configuration. When you do your configuration, any traffic in your network will be analyzed by the police guy, by the security guy. Are you allowed to go out or in? Maybe this guy want to watch, I don't know, YouTube instead of working. When you go to www.youtube.com, it comes here first. The rules. Are you allowed to watch at this time? Yes, you go. No, it's blocked. You see that content blocked, or you're not allowed to. So we do that here. So this is an example of security device, Cisco Adaptive Security Appliance. There are many around. Okay, anything else you can just read. It's not. So all the cabling on your PCs, they go in a server room. Server room. So in IT, this is it's going to scare people. One is cookie setting. So all the cable from your PC that need to go to the switch will come here. They come here and you plug it in your switch. It's not like your PCs here. No. All this cabling linked to the PCs, they go in a room called a server room. And from there, we connect it to the switch. So this one is not too much, it's not clear. I'm going to remove it. I need something that is a bit clean. So in our server room, we get all our routers, our switches here, where we can connect. Yeah, maybe this one. Yeah. We connect to the switch, and from there, we connect to the router, and from there, we also connect to these guys. They asked me to come here, I come, it's something else. But anyway, let me zoom in. Oh, what's that? Okay, anyway. Zoom out. Yeah, so let's take this guy. So these cables, you see, one goes from your PC, from a PC, it comes here, and from here you plug it to the switch. So this thing you see here is called a patch panel. All these things, they come from a PC. You see, and from there you plug to a switch. A switch is somewhere hidden somewhere. You see this guy, for example. This is how we manage all assets, all networking in a company. And we need network engineers for that, IT technician, network administrator for that. You see, so here, for example, we can get some switches and some routers. We do the configurations. Without this one, no one can go to internet. So we have what you call the patch panel. It's where all the cabling coming from the PC, they reach. And from there, you can plug to a port on a switch. Patch panel, something you should know. This is an example of what's okay. We have a lot of stuff, and you don't need to know everything. If you just know what I'm telling you, it's fine. Network cables. Okay, network cables also, you cannot just come and take any cable and plug. No. We have different type of cables. It's what I'm going to show you. CCNA class is this one. Check. Yeah. So a network, we have end devices, intermediary devices, and network media. Network media, it can be wireless or wired with Ethernet, or the wireless area, the wide area network. We'll show you later. You see, if you want to connect a switch to a router, we have a type of cable. We want to connect, let's say, a router to a router or a PC to. We have three types of cables normally: straight through cable, crossover cable, and also a rollover cable or console cable. What I'm showing you now is CCNA 1, the first part of. So we go deeper. We explain step by step all these things, how to configure, how to. So when it comes to cabling, you also have a video that will explain how to build a network cable. Nowadays, we don't do that. You go buy, you go to take a lot, you buy, done. But it's good for you as a network engineer to know how it works. So it's good to watch. You have a cutter if you want to build. It was at our time. Nowadays we don't do that anymore. Yeah, we used to use all this equipment before. Nowadays it's straightforward. You buy, plug, done, finished. You don't have time for. And what else? Cable types, coaxial cable for a TV or DSTV. We have a twist bed, okay, all this, and also fiber cables. These are general. So in a company, we use these ones, Ethernet one. So for this one, we have 3 types. We have this straight through cable to connect to this equipment. We have crossover. So if you study, go step by step. This week, it's only 1 chapter. It seems long, but go step by step. Watch that recording. I'll also send you a quick summary of anything I'm explaining to you now. Coaxial cable, it's like for DSTV. In America, they use a lot of this cabling. So everything here, this cable, if you cut it, you open it, you'll see inside, you'll see some cable like that. RJ45 plugs to connect to the network interface card. Question, Mr. Mats. What's that? Okay. Question.
It's not really a question, boss, but sorry, my name is Joshua. I've been in the
Joshua,
call for a while now, and
okay.
I have to be somewhere. I have to leave the call now.
Okay, no problem, no problem. You have a recording, and you know that we are doing chapter 5, so you can study chapter
Yes.
5 by yourself. No problem.
Okay.
Okay, thanks very much. See you next. Before
Okay,
you go,
but-
before you go, tell me again.
Sorry?
Before you go, for the register, what's your name?
Joshua, 33, I believe.
33. Yeah, okay. Today is
Yeah.
what? Thursday. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's see you next time.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, we continue with our stuff. RJ45. It's the network cable to connect to a PC, the other one to a switch. And inside, we're going to explain a lot of stuff here, but we don't need them because we don't do them anymore. But it's good to know if it asks you how to identify this cable. If it gives you a network cable, how will you know it's a straight cable or a crossover cable? A straight through cable, if we take one end here and the color are the same, if pin 1 is orange and the other one, pin 1 is orange, you see, if it's the same order here and here, we call it a straight cable, straight through cable. If the order of the color is the same like here, we say it's a straight cable. If it's the opposite, we call it a rollover cable. It's the opposite. Here, if here start with white and end with black, here we start with black and end with white. It's the opposite. That's why we a rollover. So if it's not the same, if it's not the same order of color, if it's not the opposite, then obviously it's a crossover cable. Crossover cable, we have a bit of change inside. So we'll teach all this a bit later on the 1611. Okay, we have some example of fiber. So yeah, take your time and don't, it's quite a lot, don't spend too much time. They give you all information you need, but no need to memorize or. And normally, so this one was for network cables, the cabling in networking. And yeah, check your understanding. Then we have network devices. What type of network, what type of devices we find in a network? Switches, routers, I did explain, I did a small demo. Network interface cards, I think we did this one already. No? And access point, we did that. Network protocols and standard. So how these guys are going to communicate based on what? We need what we call some rules. Some rules. Or standards, no, or protocols, yeah, protocols. If there is no rules, anyone will do whatever he want to do. The same thing like on the road. If people will don't go to a driving school or what, anyone will drive the way they want. You see, so we need an order, we need some rules or protocols. How are we going to communicate? So these rules are here: networking protocols, standard and services, transport protocol. Okay, this one. Okay, this one just watch it. It's fine. Not memorize. We go step by step in CCNA. So in these rules, it's just I don't know how to make it very simple for you. Okay, for example, if you have a PC and you want to go to the web, you want to do emails, you want to do anything you want to do, you need some protocols. Parking lots. Yeah, okay, let's take this one. You see, so each car is parked at a dedicated place. It's the same thing for a PC. If you want to go to the web, there is a place in the network interface card, for example, for the web. If you want to use the email, there is a place for the email. Anything you want to do, we have it's what is here. You see, everything has its own parking lot, depending on what you want to do. Some of them will use a paid security guide, a TCP. It's more secure. Some of them will get an open place, UDP. UDP, there is no one there, you park at your own risk. You see. So the network is divided in some rules. We have what we call the TCP IP model or the TCP IP rule. For example, if you want to drive in South Africa, you drive where? From right. If you go to America, we drive left. So how the network will be organized, and you'll hear about TCP, UDP. TCP is on protocols that will use secure, so in a secure way. You see, it's more reliable, but UDP, it's not reliable. You just need to go quick. I just need to park my car, go buy something, come and go. I don't need to pay anything. So these are some small rules that you can just read once to have an idea. That's all. Always, because CCNA, we have 3 sections: CCNA 1, CCNA 2, CCNA 3. That's why it's 6 months to go deeper, step by step. Okay, here you have a nice video, port numbers, like the parking lot here. Port 1, if we say, for example, parking 1, it's Max. Parking 2, it's Merceline. Parking 3, it's Rebecca. Parking 4, parking, you see. It's the same thing for IT. Everything has its own parking lot for communication. You call them also port numbers. So you can watch it to have only an idea, that's all. Don't stress too much because this one we studied in 3 months at CCNA. So here we're just preparing you just to give you an idea. We are introducing you to some stuff. That's all. No need to memorize. You see, each parking lot. For example, if you want to use email, you go to port or parking lot 25. You want to go, for example, to what? To the web, parking lot 443. So for us, we don't see with our eyes. It's a program in the network interface card inside our laptop. Everything is done there. So for us to have an idea, so that if you want to block people who want to watch something, we come here and parking 445, we lock it out. Then people want to be able to go to that service. You see. So it's well organized with these rules so that if you want to manage something, it's easier. We know that, okay, if you want to block this or to allow this, we open or we block this. These rules, this config to block or allow, it's what we do in this security appliance. See. So yeah, it seems a lot. Don't spend too much time. Just read once. That's all. Watch the videos, and that's all. Yeah, for wireless also, it's very well organized. We have some standard. You cannot just come and do whatever you want to do. No, it's like a country. You cannot just take your plane and go. No, you need a visa. So everything is well organized, the speed and what. So not too much to spend time on this. What is the best important? You can check your knowledge. If you don't know, you go back, you check. Okay. You take your own notes. Now, some services. What kind of service you can find in your network? For example, I need a cell phone number. Where to go? You go to MTN. You give them your ID, you make a photocopy, they give you, and they register your SIM card, and they give it to you. It's a service. So depending on what we want to do in the network, we have some services. You want to print, it's a service. You want to scan to email, you want to. So it will be explained here. So if you want to just focus on the videos only, and you do your quiz to practice, it's fine. DHCP server, okay, this one I'll try to explain a bit next time. Yeah, so today to give you the big picture. And the first day, we won't take long on the first day, just to give you 1, 2, 3 things, and it's fine. We should remove this chapter, it's too much for the student. This one is CCNA. Let's say 10% of the CCNA, or 20%. That's why CCNA is 6 months, sometimes even 7 months. So normally, now the last point is network component in type. Okay, we know the devices. We know the intermediary devices. The different type of cable media, cabling. How topology is how are you going to design your network? Are you going to make the design that way, or how are you going to make the design? We call it topology. VLAN, this one is CCNA2, a bit of network security. This one also I'll try to explain a bit quicker next time because it's yeah, okay, in 5 minutes we are done, so no worries. Huh? And yeah, next time I'll try to make it a bit to add more info, and that's it. Okay, so that's all for this chapter. So in this chapter 5, it's about introduction to networking. You'll start with the introduction. Why should you take that? Should you study this chapter? Very important. And we'll try to explain why you need to know this chapter. After the introduction, we have network component and type. Then networking protocol, standard and services. The rules, how to put some rules in place. Network devices, network cables, and the summary. And this is the summary of this chapter 5. Very important. You can watch your videos many times, do your quiz, and come here straight, it's fine. And you do your exam many times, that's all. So that's all for this chapter. On Thursday, I'll try to add maybe 2 or 3 more things quickly, half an hour, and we're done. Else, do you want us to cancel for Thursday? It's up to you. Okay, quickly, let's do the. Before that, any questions? Any questions? No questions. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.